Scratch1, visual programming using Scratch. We're going to take this sprite, make a computer program, and make him run around the stage. This section over here is where your sprites are. We can make new ones later, but we're going to just start with the regular one. And he goes on this area, he acts out on this stage. Over here in the center is where we can put our commands. And today we're going to have just the scripts. The script is a direction that tells you what to do. In this case, it tells the sprite what to do. We have controls, they're all in orange. It says when something happens, like when the green flag is clicked, then do this. Then there's motions, it tells you what direction to go, how to turn, how far to move. There's sensing, do you run into the edge, is the mouse down, is the space bar pressed, a number of different things it can sense. Do you run into a certain color? And looks, it says something or it changes a color, it changes the look of it. The other four operators we'll save for later. So everything begins, the first part of the logic is what to do. We're going to start with the most obvious one, when the green flag is clicked. This is the green flag up here, this is a stop everything. So we're going to do a very simple motion. When the green flag is clicked, move 10 steps. Steps are not legs moving back and forth, steps are pixels. When I click the green flag, he moves 10 pixels. Every time I click, he moves. I'm going to start him back in the middle. That might be a little too short. Let's make it 50 steps. Click the green flag. He moves 50 pixels. Now I want him to go in a certain direction. 90 degrees is to the right. Negative 90 is to the left. Ooh, he flipped over. Is that what we want? No, I think I'm going to take this out of here. Try reversing that and get him straight. I don't like this script, so I'm going to take it away. Now I can leave it over here for later if it's something I want, or just drag it to here and it disappears. I don't want him to turn in a direction. I want him to rotate. Rotate a degree, 15 degrees. So let's start. Every time I click, he moves 10. He moves 50 steps, 50 pixels, and rotates. Now he's going off the stage, which is not a good idea, but in this case he's coming back, so everything's okay. Let's put him back in the middle of the stage, a little bit higher. I want him to turn faster, so let's make it 30 degrees. Every time I click, he moves and he runs. The faster I click, the more he runs. If I want him to make 10 laps, this is going to take a long time. How could we do that automatically? Let's go back to controls, and we could have him do it forever. I'll put this lock right here underneath. These two fit. These keys, if these commands, logic commands belong together, all these pieces will fit. Now when the green flag is clicked, I want it to do this cycle forever. Move 50 steps, turn 30 degrees, repeat. Whee! And this is very much fun. It's going to go on forever. So, how can we fix this so it goes on for a certain amount of time? Let's see. Well, we could put a repeat in here. Instead of just going forever, we could have it repeat. So I'm going to take that off here. I'm going to pull these out and put them into repeat and connect it to the green flag. And let's see what happens then. That was 10. Let's try 50. So the logic is when the green flag is clicked, you're going to, for 50 times, you're going to move 50 steps, turn 30 degrees, and keep repeating that until you get to 50 steps. Now at the end of that, we could put in a look that says, let's just have him think something, and we can put in the text. I'm dizzy, and it shows for 2 seconds. Now he's upside down and stuck over here. What can we do there? I want him to go back to the beginning. I want to start fresh once I've done this. Motion. I want him to go back to the beginning, which would be 0, 0. Just like on a grid, there's an X and a Y. There's an invisible grid in here. So now if we do it, just say I'm dizzy for 2 seconds and then go back there. And I want him to face straight up, so that's point in a direction, 90 degrees. Let's practice that. And I don't like the way he goes so instantly. How could we make that smoother? Well, I've got it. I'll take this apart. Instead of just go to, kind of have to take these arguments apart, unclick them from their little slots. We'll say glide to. And we'll give him 1 second. Glide him back to there, and then point to the right. Let's try that. And if we start him in a different spot, you should see it. So now we've got a complete cycle. It will return to the starting point every time. And we don't need to put an end command. It's on there. There are times when you'd want to do that. You can just say stop all. So now we have logic here. It says when the green flag is clicked, repeat these steps inside this yellow bracket. Repeat them 50 times. Move 50 steps, turn 30 degrees. After this is completed, then do the thought bubble I'm dizzy for 2 seconds. Then take 1 second to glide to point 0, 0, center of the screen. Point in the direction 90 degrees, which is right, and then stop. Sometimes when you click on this, it will execute too. That is what I want to see your Scratch1.sb file do. So when you turn this in, it should be doing exactly this. No, it's not terribly creative. Get this done, and any remaining time you can have to play with a new sprite and do anything you want. Focus on these commands first. We'll be making new sprites later and be making more complicated Scratch programs.